somebody is killed, someone is sick, then they think of blood compensation. We want the laws to take effect.
Shadrach Miti, KTN News.
Now, the 14-day demolition notice issued to residents and homeowners of Seefar Apartments has been extended to 30 days. The National Environment Management Authority now says the decision was arrived at after the directors of Deman Property, the developers of the block of flats, presented an environmental impact assessment report. The extension will allow for consultation and investigation to guide the authorities' decision to either demolish or not demolish the apartment. So right now, I'd like us to talk to Peter Otieno, one of the leaders of those apartments. Mr. Otieno, thank you so much for joining us here on News Center. Of course, the decision by NEMA comes as a reprieve for some of the homeowners at Seefar Apartments.
Yeah, it comes as a reprieve because they had said that within 14 days it should be demolished. At least as far as we are concerned, that's what they'd said. But it appears they really did not even say that. They did not even know about the notice as far as we can now tell. Even the Warma doesn't seem to have been the originator of their notice. We had 2 notices saying that within 14 days Seefar should be down, and within 19 days the alleged dam should have been reinstated to its original status. But now we can see that there is some laxity about that.
So 1 month notice. Have some of the owners started moving out to looking for other places?
You'll be surprised that not even a single tenant, not even a single resident has contemplated moving. They all took it to be something that is really uncalled for, and all of us knew this is not serious, this is not reasonable. We knew there is some malice related to this, and we knew that the persons involved ultimately will be found. And you know, in every organization, in every leadership, you will always realize that there is a particular Judas, somebody who will go against the rest. And that's what we believe must have happened in these authorities. Because according to Warma, some Warma officials, they've said categorically that they learned about this on social media. And the question they can't answer is how come it's on their letterhead? How come the person who signed is a member of their staff? And so it's like people are trying to manage fire here. And that's, in our view, the reason for the extended 30-day notice, so that, as they claim, they can gather the facts. How do you give a notice and then you go gathering the facts? This one person or 2 people who came along to gather to give the notice, who wrote the notice here at Seefar, where did they get their facts from? Did they check their records? How come the same authority which had given the licenses and the approvals can turn again and give a notice of demolition? And that is the question they could not be in a position to answer.
So, Tiano, let's talk about the meeting that residents of Seefar Apartments had with the NEMA this week. And you people came to an agreement that you're supposed to appoint a representative to represent you during a new exercise that is supposed to be carried out this week on those apartments. Has the exercise begun? And if not, when is it supposed to begin?
Actually, I think the product of that meeting was more of pressure, because we went there, many of us, and we had to get some result. And one of the fruits of that meeting was the extension for 30 days so that a fresh assessment could be done. But after that, we realized that lots of activities have taken place. The following day, a whole delegation was here from multi-sectoral departments. And we've seen a lot of activities. When we were on our way to also see Warma on Tuesday, we were called that a whole team is coming here from Warma, NEMA, from Nairobi Regeneration commission and other agencies were coming. So we turned back, came and found people walking around and saying that this is just an extension of their board meeting. And some of them told me that they just learned about it that particular morning. Now, on Tuesday, yesterday, there was a lot of activities around Seefar and around the dam. The CEO for NEMA and WARMA, I think both of them came here at different times. And so far, we expect that today, the NEMA experts and the WARMA and Edeman and part of our team will be at the site to be able to do the pegging together and the assessment so that we can gather the facts and help them in gathering their own facts that they already had in their records that gave them that authority to give the developer the approvals in order to be able to put up the building.
So, Otieno, what you're telling us, what you're confirming for us here on News Center, it is that even after meeting NEMA officials, 3 days later, or rather 4 days later, an exercise to determine whether the apartments have been built on a riparian land has not yet begun. It's expected to begin today.
Yes, according to a call we received from a representative of Edeman, the person who's been dealing with this, he told us that it was set to happen on Thursday morning, which is today, and I'm not sure whether they've come, but we were expecting them, and we already had our own private consultant surveyor to also come, and we know that WARMA and NEMA, all of them should come so that we do this exercise together. That's part of the activities that should be happening at the site today. Beyond that, we also expect the Parliamentary Commission on Environment and Resource Management to be here between 11:30 and around 1:30 thereabout to also gather their own facts, do an inspection. And this thing has generated a lot of debate, a lot of excitement, which is quite fruitful for us.
All right, so Mr. Otieno, lastly, as we bring this conversation to an end, when are we likely to get the report once this exercise of confirming whether the apartments have been built on a riparian land is done?
Of course, we are going to get that report. Yesterday, we were at the office of WARMA, the sub-regional office, which is in industrial area, and we talked to the acting director there, Mr. Naftali Mutuma, and he said that in a couple of days, they are going to give us a technical report. According to them, they were not telling us whether today's expected inspection is going to contribute to that particular report. We really have no idea whether it's going to be based on whatever they gathered on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday yesterday. We have no idea. But we expect a report to be tabled, and we expect them to give us their reasons for the purported revocation of the license that they themselves approved through the notice which they gave of 14 or 30 days, so to speak.
All right, thank you so much, Peter Otieno, a representative of some of the residents, or rather residents of the Seefar Apartment. And